All right, hello everyone. My name is Tiffany. I don't know whether I'm going to post this to my channel or not, but I did want to go ahead and record it while the thoughts are still fresh in my mind. Let's do this. So I went to Laracon 2019, Laracon 7 in New York. Here's some thoughts for you. I don't like New York. My biggest thing about New York is it's too cramped, it's too crowded. Just know I don't like New York. I knew that going in. I knew I didn't like New York going in. It wasn't a new story for me. I just like, okay, let me give it a shot. Let me give New York a chance. The conference itself, I don't know. I'm still indifferent about it. The community itself, the community that they've built itself, Laravel, that it has, is definitely a strong community. Don't get me wrong. For me, as an underrepresented group, as a minority in technology, I felt a little out of place. I didn't feel like I quite belonged there. Which was unfortunate because I really wanted not to fit in, but I really wanted to feel like, man, these are my people, and I don't really feel that way. And it's not to say that they're a bad group of people. No. With that being said, I felt a little awkward. I should preface this by saying I've been to a number of underrepresented groups in technology. I've been to a number of their conferences. And it's always like, it feels so amazing to be there. The energy is amazing. It's awesome. And then I got here and it was just different crowd, okay? And it also kind of affected me because I was like, it's almost like when you're trying to pose for a picture and you don't know what to do with your hands, you're like, maybe here or one of those. I felt very awkward to say the least. But I didn't, it's my own priority as well to like pull myself out of the awkward phase. But it's like, sometimes I'm like, I don't know the best way to do that. And I'll tell this short story and then I'll move on from the awkwardness that I felt. A few weeks ago, my boss had mentioned to me, like, how do I feel going into a room where no one looks like me and they all look the same and I'm the different one. And I was like, oh yeah, no big deal. It's fine, right? It's like, that's my life, okay? Which is true. That's been my life for most of my life. Anyways, so I said all that to say, I was like, yeah, it's cool. So when I got here, it's a different feeling, and I hadn't felt that before when I had answered that question from him. But it's like when you're in a room and there's 900 people that all look the same and you're the one that's standing out, you know, it's just like, oh snap. I knew this was a thing, but when you're actually in it, it feels very awkward. Yeah. But there were some great moments to be had at Laracon. All right, so I definitely don't want to give off the vibe of it's a horrible thing. No, it was different than any other conference I've been to. Yeah. We're all sat in a room, PlayStation Theater, Times Square. We're all sat in a room. All the speakers speaking, we have to listen to them. It's like, wait, what? So that part I didn't like because I'm used to going to conferences and having my choice. Like, I want to listen to this person speak about whatever the topic is. I didn't see a topic list before, so I don't know what these people are going to talk about. So it's kind of like, okay, that was a little different. I would have rather it been like a smaller group of people, like smaller subsets of people split off. Maybe that would have helped ease my awkwardness maybe that's what it is. Every conference I've been to, it's been like, okay, let's meet in this one big room as a whole group of people. Let's welcome you in, like, yes, this is the conference. Ah! And people go crazy. And then you go to your different groups to get started with different sessions. And then that session lasts 40 minutes, 30 minutes. Then you switch and you go do something else and you meet some more people. Maybe that's why it was so awkward for me. It just came to me. Maybe that's why. What I love about that community of Laravel is because people aren't afraid to share their knowledge with you. So when you're in this space, you're basically gobbling up all the things, and it's because people just want to share their knowledge, right? So all the speakers were speaking about their experiences with the framework or new things that they're doing based on the inspiration of the framework. And so you get a lot of that. And so that was amazing. I feel like that was the incredible portion of it that I enjoyed, to be quite honest. It's just a different format. I would want them to kind of play around a little bit with different formats. Because I feel like it's always been that everyone in one room, everyone listened to Vue, and I'm like, it's not that I don't care, it's just not one of my interests right now. And so I don't really want to hear about it, to be quite honest. It's not to say that, I mean, it was an amazing talk. Don't get me wrong, they all were, but it's just like, I don't want to know, okay? But at the same token, that allowed me to be exposed to different things as well. So like Tailwind is like a thing. One of my coworkers had mentioned it, and I was like, I don't know what this is. I looked it up, and I'm like, eh. But Tailwind is all over the place at Laracon. So it's like, what? People are using this? Oh, I didn't realize. I enjoyed hearing more about the core of Laravel. I struggle a lot with like, how is all this stuff working? So it's good to see somebody present that information and be like, hey, here's a guide. I've also made more videos on this topic. It's like, what? Get out of here. I wasn't too jazzed about the food options. Can I just put a disclaimer, and it's not just for them, it's for everybody. Vegetarians, vegans, we like more than cheese and mushrooms. Another fun fact for you. I'm allergic to mushrooms or something, because me and mushrooms, we don't get along. One of the meals the meal on Wednesday had mushrooms in it, and I was like super like, oh snap. So I'm trying to pick off the mushrooms, but I couldn't really tell what was going on. I was like, there's not even a ton of mushrooms on here. It was very confusing. And I was like, I hope I'm not eating something. And it was kind of dark. I hope I'm not eating something that's not good. Speaking of it being dark, I would also recommend a place to eat food, because there wasn't a place to eat food there. So it's like, because it's an auditorium, obviously. So it's like, there's no table set up, but it would have been nice to have that set up somewhere. Where? I don't know. But it would be nice, like in the future, if there was some like tables, chairs set up so we could like eat at a table instead of like everyone sitting on the floor. You know, because I feel like that was kind of the big one. And I didn't know if I could bring food in the auditorium day one. So I had stopped and got me a bagel from Starbucks. And I came in there and I'm just like, can we eat in here? Like, to me, it's an auditorium. It's places where people do plays. You can't eat there. So I didn't eat. I waited to a break and then ate on the floor. To that same token, I didn't see any like charging stations for your laptop, your cell phone. So a lot of people were like they were spread out throughout the place, but there wasn't a ton of plugs. And so I don't know if people felt pain points from that, but I was just like, how is there not a plug? I mainly wanted to plug up my cell phone or my phone at the end of the day, or not the end of the day, but I wanted to plug up my phone. And at one point I plugged up my laptop. So it's just like, it'd be nice to kind of have that, you know, near, so I'm not like trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. And then I feel like also plugs bring people together. So I find that like anything that will just bring a group of people together is just amazing. So I know at Afrotech they had charging stations, they had like different, you know, tables and chairs set up throughout the entire venue. And I went and sat at one of them and met this guy, and then somebody else walks over and she's talking, and turns out at the time I worked for a different company and she was using like the product that I was working on. I was like, whoa, would never happened if this charging station wasn't here. So it's like, what? More ways to connect people. So anyways, those are my thoughts about Laracon. Kind of awkward for me, but still got through it. Definitely some great information. I tweeted a whole bunch of stuff, so go on my Twitter and you'll see all the stuff that was talked about, but I just kind of wanted to give you like my thoughts about the actual event, not individual speakers. But like I said, if you're interested in those kinds of things, search the hashtag Laracon, and you'll see probably most of the stuff that was talked about. And then also check out my Twitter, because I did some photos and stuff. So anyways, before I end the video, I just want to put a disclaimer out there that like I did an interview about Laracon, like somebody interviewed me type of situation. And so I'm assuming it's gonna be in the recap somewhere. So I feel a little bit famous, but I'm not famous yet. I'm an up and coming rising star. So, you know, when that video come out, I'm gonna link it so that y'all can see it. I don't know where it is. I don't know if it's happening. I don't know. I don't know anything. Anyways, see you guys next time. Bye.